everyone. We are LaChiMoLaLa. And we are back with our internationally renowned Rendezvous series.
Internationally renowned.
Don't fact check that. I mean, actually, kind of. Anyway, hi. If this is your first time here, I'm Tammy.
And I'm Beth. Kidding. No, we're not.
If you've been here for a while, I'm Beth.
And I'm Tammy for real.
And we are here today to rendezvous with P1Harmony.
Yay! Okay, I know that we always say this in our rendezvous, but this is really true. We are like huge multi-standers anyways. But P1Harmony has been on our radar for quite some time.
Do you remember?
Let's tell them your story.
P1Harmony was doing like a little cultural, they were calling it like a cultural tour because they were doing it at like different like Korean cultural events. Specifically in California, I know they did at least 3. They might have done them out other places too. And I went to see them. They were coming, they were in San Diego, my parents' hometown. Went to see them, right? It was a nightmare, guys. By the time I found parking and got over there, they had just finished their set. It was packed. There was nowhere, like everyone was sweaty, everybody was all excited, and I was like, no, what happened? So my experience was sad, but the lead up to it was awesome because I actually listened to their first 3 mini albums, which I think was like their first set. So in a weird way, I like purposely sought them out and listened to some of their stuff, but then after that, I found Monsta X and things got complicated. So I feel bad. So I want to do like a catch up. I mean, I remember really enjoying some of the flow from the rappers. And I remember thinking, oh, they're exciting. Also, fact, every light stick in San Diego sold out for P1Harmony before they got here.
That's
and all their albums
amazing
too.
Oh my
they
gosh.
were a showstopper hit.
Yeah. So these guys are juniors of 2 the bands that we know really well, SF9. So yeah, there were quite a few people on our channel actually that said, oh, you guys should really check out P1Harmony. And I was like, I know, we will totally get to them, promise. And so here we are. And so we also got some requests on our video request form. And in fact, our lovely NA suggested that we should do a rendezvous with P1Harmony. And of course, Beth and I were like, yeah, you know,
right? Finally, someone's gonna make us do this. We've been wanting to.
Yeah. And also we received requests from Tiff and TC as well. So we are so excited to listen to P1Harmony's tracks. And I will say, I have not gotten around to listening to their minis, like any of their minis, but I will say, I am very, very interested. You know, otherwise, otherwise we wouldn't be here.
Right. I remember they had like a big buzz about them because I didn't even know they were on SF9's label, but I'd still heard about them. Now, maybe those 2 things are related, and I just didn't realize. But I remember they were making like a big presence known their rookie year. One of my favorite Bubba places, where one of the people who work there and I talk about K-pop shows we've been to. You know, one of the first things she asked me after she found out I liked TXT was, did I listen to P1Harmony?
Oh wow. So
in her mind it was like obviously 1-2 punch. So that again made me be like, well, maybe I should. So yeah, like I said, I've only listened to my first 3 minis and it was only like twice each. And I was always like, gotta come back, and here we are.
Here we are.
So we're gonna watch 4 4 tracks today. We're going to start with their debut music video, Siren, from
Yay.
October 2020. I just want to remind people who haven't been here before that Rendezvous is a chance for us to get to know them. Usually we know nothing. I know so much because I've actually heard some of these songs, but I know nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely know nothing as well. So please keep that in mind. We will be on the struggle bus and we will probably say, like, oh, that guy who is wearing that dark, awesome jacket, or
100%.
or
The guy in the boots, I like him. He's cool.
Yeah.
We don't know anyone's name.
We don't know anyone's names. And also Rendezvous too, it's all about underrated artists. So they could be underrated globally. They could be underrated in just South Korea. It's not just, you know, one thing, you know, it could be both. So please keep that in mind too. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah.
All right. I'm ready for this journey. Let's do it.
All right. But before we begin, speaking of the Rendezvous series, oh gosh, I think we are I always forget, like, I think episode, I should know this. Episode 28, I think.
I was like, we're almost 30, right?
Yeah,
I know you wouldn't think it.
I know, I know. Right? Oh,
I meant Rendezvous, not us.
we're almost at 30 episodes. But if you guys want to check out our other episodes, we have an array of artists that mostly were picked from our subscribers, you guys, and it ranges from Card, and by the way, just had to come back, super good. And check out our reaction video for that too. So Card, because we always circle back to, like, B2B was one of them too, and we know that they're not underrated in South Korea, but they are underrated internationally. And then yeah, so many different bands that we totally tackled, like Ghost 9 and you know, Promise 9. So lots and lots and lots of good bands that, you know, we wish that more people knew about.
Yeah, and some of them we really fell down the rabbit hole afterwards. So we're gonna have to see if that's gonna happen with P1Harmony.
Yeah. For example, Highlight. Okay, anyways.
All right, well, let's get it started with Siren from October 2020.
Ooh.
This actually has 16.5 million views, which I feel like is extremely high for a debut.
Mm-hmm.
So you can tell they were, like I said, I feel like you heard about them. There was a buzz. They did it. They got the word out somehow.
Yeah, and also this is like in a weird time period too. Anything between 2020 to 23, early 2023, like, I feel like is a really, really strange time, you know, because obviously COVID, you know. So,
and if you think about it, this came out in October. What that says to me is maybe they were supposed to come out in April.
Yeah.
And they waited, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, remember when everyone was like, this will be over in 2 weeks, 2 months, 4 months, 6 months. And then it's October and they're like, you know what, are we going to debut or what?
Yeah.
But like you said, it also means when they went to music shows, there were no guests. There were no other artists there. There were, you know, it's a different way to have your rookie year.
And could you even imagine too, when they're like waiting to debut, like they went through all of this trainee stuff, you know, and
I put years into it.
So many years only to be in front of a crowdless place and singing that. I'm sure that they're grateful that they're on stage, but
does it really feel like you're debuting or like you're just at another monthly evaluation?
Exactly. You know?
I don't think it would feel the same at all. Yeah.
So so they did.
You're right. That's an interesting perspective. We'll have to remember that as we go through.
Yeah. All right.
Here we go. Siren.
Okay.
So many meanings.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one.
Yeah. I was thinking about the other siren, like
me too.
Other goddess siren. Wow.
Yeah. Ain't a nigga stop dropless 누구보다 난 더 널 위해 I'm master yeah. 도시는 마치 칵테일 저 향기에 속지 마 Welcome to my team 우리 dropless Call up the siren 여긴 적신 너 어둠에 가려진 LUV 그 속에 있다면 우리 사라져 Call up the siren 여긴 적신 너 Pick up 하고 사라지죠 This is the one that you gon' turn on 널 데려가 home back home 겁먹지 않아 never forget Tell me what's so serious something not serious
Oh my.
I know, right?
Salty already. Oh, Peace is their fandom, right?
This is the one that you gon' turn on 널 데려가
Ooh.
This dance looks fun, but definitely not something I could ever attempt.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's my time. 앞서간 style line. 내가 지불나게 달려봐. 움직여 마음대로 popping. I don't wanna be a loser. 우린 절대 never give up. Blow 좀더 더 높이 더. Siren 소리. 그게 우리. Never forget 우리가 온 이유. Superhero 우리 비유. 이야기는 마치 리오 좀 놀려 퍼지게 위우. 우리가 원했던 것들을 이뤄가 전부 다 다시 bounce.
Ooh, street party. Oh, so moody.
Or fucked.
Right?
This harmony stand out. Wow. Okay. Wow. What an opener for
Right?
them. Yeah. I mean, this is a great debut track for them, you know? So,
It sounds like it comes from like a more seasoned band.
yeah.
I feel like the way it's put together, the amount of like harmony and layering, and they all sound very different. And by different, I mean distinct. That's what I mean. They all sound very distinct, which usually, this sounds terrible. Usually I feel like the company doesn't let them do right away. They kind of homogenize everyone because they're supposed to be a unit. But this, they're very careful. I feel like even in the video, they show you how different they are. It's interesting.
Yeah, I know for Oneness, you know, a lot of the fandom like told us, you know, like Lido's example, you know, they were trying to, you know, just keep him as like a main rapper, you know, until we both know that he's an all-rounder because of the way he sings and stuff like that. So early on, he was kind of just.
They didn't want him to make that beautiful sound.
I know. They tried to like not let him blossom like that, you know. So absolutely right, you know. So
I think of Jackson Wang too, because all his solo stuff has been singing and he has an amazing voice. So
I know, right?
He probably wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
Something he knew he could do but wasn't allowed.
Wasn't allowed initially until you prove yourself, right?
Exactly.
You know?
So, but this band, it feels like they have a little more freedom. Like, there's some great harmonization and like when they all come together, but when they do their solo bits, they don't stick to the melody as linearly as most debuts would. I feel like there's a lot more ad-libbing and being off the beat for effect and stuff, which means the agency really trusted them, I think.
Yeah, yeah. So, and if you don't have harmony, well, why are you called P1Harmony, right?
Right? It's like baked into the name, so you better bring it.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I was, you know, pretty excited to listen to them, because it's like we both love harmony, you know? So,
and I do think they have great vocals. That was another thing I remembered while I was listening to this. I was like, oh yeah. I remember I was like, oh wow, everyone's so talented. Like the rap line was good, the vocal line was good. I was like, okay, I can see why people are talking. All right.
Yeah.
And again, yeah, like I just feel they just sound like
so seasoned.
Really seasoned. Yeah, to me they sound super like there's no one who I'm like, oh, I mean, you know, he needs a little work. Like, no, these people sound great.
Yeah, and I feel like they skipped that like schoolboy stage too. Like they're like straight into, you know.
Isn't it kind of nice to have a rookie band that doesn't start?
I mean, it's all about preference.
You know.
Yeah.
Nothing against it, just saying it's kind of nice. And this was like, I liked how it was just sexy enough, but it's not defining them as, you know, one band or the other, but it's leaving the door open for a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, it's not over the top, and I feel like they're testing the waters just a tad bit, you know, like why not, you know?
Like, here's where we'd like to be. What do you guys think?
Yeah. So, but this song though,
I love the beat in the beginning.
Yeah.
Not the helicopter. Yes. There's like a fun guitar here and then fun horns at the end. I mean,
at first when I heard the sirens, like, yeah, I was initially thinking about like mythology when I was like, oh, that kind of siren, you know, but I'm like, no, it's the siren, the obnoxious note that we hear every now and then, and you know, so, but I was like, okay, and then like I was getting a little bit worried, to be honest, because some songs when they're like named after like siren, for example, like
a noise,
and I was like, oh god, is it gonna be like really in my face, you know, like I gotta do this, because like I was like, oh. But then like as we continue on, I was like, oh, I can get behind this, you know. And you're right, the horns really stand out to me in this. I feel like it's kind of like representative of a siren, but not really. It's kind of subtle, but enough where it's like, okay, this could be like a siren, you know, but not that
like
much.
A musical interpretation of a siren. But yeah, it has the same like throbbing, like in kind of like gets into the back of your brain.
Yes. Yeah, but you're right, you know, like their vocals are really, really awesome. And the rapping is great too, you know?
Yeah, and I like that the styles are so different in the flows. Because as we know from our favorite rap duo, Chinkyun and Juhan and Monsax, having different flows, completely different flows, is so nice. It's like having harmony again.
Yes.
So, like, I feel like this group has a really interesting mix.
Yeah.
They can all do very different things, and you can see that from here, which is interesting because there was one part in the video where I was like, gosh, whenever they're all together, they're in the dark, which I thought was interesting. It's almost like when they're a unit, we were getting a silhouette, because then they're not supposed to stand out, but then we got our individual highlights in that very scary photo booth where I was like, this is George Orwell, Clockwork Orange.
I know, right?
Come to life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting. So we still got to see them highlighted as individuals, but the full effect I felt like was we're one package. We're P1Harmony.
Yeah, and I wonder if they did that because they're like, oh, these guys are new, so here you go, you know. So they want to individualize them a little bit more than they normally would, you know.
Yeah. I guess we'll find out when we watch the next one, which is Scared. I don't know why, guys. The sizes are different. Come on. Why would you do this to me? I'm just trying to get along. I do want to say, just from this opening shot, when I was first pulling up the videos that you guys had so graciously given us, thank you. I thought this was the same set at first, because it's like a dilapidated, empty, warehousey kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So here's Siren, and here's Scared.
Maybe
it's not the same building, but it gives me the same vibe.
Yeah.
And that vibe is uncomfortable. Like, you know, where's all the people? Where's all the stuff?
Yeah.
Desolate.
Like going into an apocalypse or something.
And the song's called Scared, okay?
Oh
anyway, let's check this one out. Here we go.
All right, let's go.
Wow.
Wait, what is happening?
Whoa.
Whoa, I was not expecting that.
Ooh, I love this. What a very 80s noise.
Yeah, don't listen to their feedback. 가만히 듣고 앉아있어 nowhere. 말도 하지 말라 위로해 다 똑같이 널 버린 만큼 먹고 살기 바쁘니 도대체 왜 웅크려있는 거야 너 그냥 너 다른 사람들이 좀 이래 내리는 거 아니 그건 나도 한데 그런데 왜 안 나오는 거야 아니 왜
I kind of love that shot. Ooh, his voice is nice.
So pretty.
Ooh.
Whoa, was not expecting that either.
Right? What a transition. Whoa.
I love his voice.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What? Their lyrics are so good. Whoa, that looks really awesome.
Yeah. I love his voice.
It's very beautiful. Ooh, pretty. Wow.
What?
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Oh, these lyrics. Right?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I'm like really blown away by these lyrics.
I know.
Wow.
Right?
Okay, wait. It looks like there's more. Sorry. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh, credits. Guys, we like credits. Oh no!
Yeah, credits are so good.
Wow. Wow, so many thoughts.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's talk about the music bed. Music bed is very, very, very fun. Fun and interesting, you know. Honestly, I didn't expect all those transitions, quite honestly, you know.
No.
I mean, I was like, what? You know, I mean, that was pretty much my expression. And I
Yeah.
have to say, like, the chorus is so catchy.
So fun. What I mean, is there an actual cowbell in it? I don't know, but it sounds so good and like
Yeah.
funky. You just want to dance right away. Like I was immediately had to start moving.
Yeah, yeah, and at some point we both did, you know. So, but it's so. Well, I mean, I'm blown away too. Like I just like what? I don't get tongue tied that much,
Yeah.
but this song like is just wow, and the lyrics too. I mean,
The lyrics were so good, and that to me really tells me a lot about who this band sees themselves as.
mhm,
You know, like they're obviously here to stand up for their fandom, to have their fandom believe in themselves. You
yeah,
know, they're literally making you a hype song.
yeah,
Like and not even pretending like they're not.
yeah, and
I don't know. I
so.
just thought it was a really powerful message, especially speaking to your fans. Like it's very cool.
Yeah, and honestly, when I saw again, I was not expecting these lyrics, you know, because when I
No.
thought scared, I thought, you know,
I thought they'd be scared.
I thought, yeah, like, you know,
But instead they're like,
protect
come
my
on,
heart.
guys, you don't have to be scared.
Yeah.
I'm right here. I'm here. We're here.
Yeah.
You're cool.
Yeah, I thought it would be like some sort of like, you know,
Yeah.
unrequited love or like,
I mean,
you know,
I've never read
something.
any of the lyrics before, so I was just as stunned as you.
Yeah.
And I also certainly, you rarely hear lyrics like this with such a fun, funky, like living it up. I mean, this is a party song,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also a hype song to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Get hyped about you.
Yeah.
'Cause you're awesome. Like, I mean, you don't usually hear songs like that aren't like sad ballads.
Exactly.
This is fun.
This is totally fun, and and you're absolutely right. This is like a total hype song about you. You know, like
Right?
I mean, like how many times like we're all human here. You know, there are so many times, you know, when we're like down in the dumps, you know, and
Something happens and you doubt yourself and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, if just one person believed in me.
yeah, and yeah, and you see this music video and you're like, huh, yeah, why am I doubting myself? You know, I know what I'm doing, you know, so
Right? Be scared for a moment, but don't stay scared.
yeah,
That's the difference, right? So I love this. It almost feels like, I mean, it does feel like your best friends, like, yo, what are you worried about? Everything's fine.
yeah,
It's okay. Like, let's party.
yeah.
I don't know. I really felt like this was uplifting. The lyrics really spoke to me, and it was just so dang fun.
Yeah, there's just not enough songs like this, you know.
Right? And we still were able to learn more about the individuals because you were like, oh, that's the one. That's the voice. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I probably pointed him out multiple times.
Only when he sings.
Oh my god.
And then the stages were also fun. There was so much going on. This beginning, like, was so, again, very moody compared to what the song actually was. So I felt like they knew they meant to send a powerful message, and they did, but they were like, we don't have to send it by not having fun.
Yeah.
We can still have fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to me, that's just, it's really startling. I don't feel like enough people know how to do that. And I loved all of these sets. They were very interesting. I loved this outdoorsy thing, which I'm sure is just like the back of like a soundstage, but it just,
it does look like that, doesn't it?
right, doesn't it? I just thought there was a lot of to like. I loved all the rocks falling. What was that? I almost felt like that was, you know how obstacles just happen? It was like, you know, something just falls from the sky out of nowhere. There's a freaking boulder in the way.
I was having Armageddon vibes. You know, like, that's what I was having. You know, asteroids, like, coming on down, you
I
know?
was totally just like, yeah, this happens. You're walking along, everything's fine. You get a phone call, and you're like, oh crap, I just lost my weekend. What's
Yeah.
happening? So to me, I really like, it had a lot of possibilities. It could be whatever you made it, right? And I just thought it was fun.
It was so much fun, and they it looked like they were doing push-ups too, and all.
Yeah, the dance was really cool. And what about that dance break? Tammy's a dance break girl.
I know, that was amazing.
Another part where I was like, what? There's a dance break too?
Yeah.
That was a completely different thing from the chorus, which was a completely different thing from the verses.
I feel like this band is very performance driven, so far, both music videos.
Which is interesting because, as you said, they started when performances were quiet, when they weren't what they'd been working towards for however long.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it really feels like they're pushing themselves extra hard, and maybe that's because they aren't able to see people in person.
Yeah,
it's a little, even if 100 million people like your photo, if you can't see them ever, I don't know.
Yeah,
interesting. But I really loved all these lyrics. I really loved all of this. The dance break was so fun.
That's the most replayed part.
Yeah, it was just, and then I loved all the coloration from the black and white where they were like drawing on it.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what's happening. Is it rugby? I don't know. Oh, and then this, like by the end of the song, like at the beginning of the song, it's a bunch of people doubting themselves, hearing voices in their heads saying they're not worth it, right?
Mm-hmm.
By the end of the song, you and your best friends are burning the, MF world down.
Taking on the world.
It's you versus the world. You're taking no prisoners, and you know why you're gonna win? Because you got backup.
Mm-hmm.
You're good.
I love that.
I love it. This image should be like, right? Normally this is like apocalypse. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But instead it's like, oh, all those people who are making you doubt yourself, just burn them to the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's awesome.
And I have to say, which I forgot to mention in their debut track, is that this music video and I just watched it right now, obviously, but like the last video and then this video, a common thread is like, look at all these people like in their music video.
They don't live in like an isolated space, interestingly enough, even though we were in one in that time.
There's a lot of people in here, which is like saying, I feel like the agency believed in them like a lot, because having a lot of bodies in your music video costs money.
Cheap.
Costs a lot of money. So
the catering alone.
I know, right?
Sorry.
No, you're right.
It's
because
true,
it's true. It truly takes a village to create a music video, and I'm not saying it's $5,000 or $10,000. You guys, it's six digits, so.
Because each person then requires a laundry list of other things.
And
from makeup to costumes to whatever.
It takes hours and hours, and sometimes it's like 2 or 3 days of filming, So this is a lot of time and effort.
And both of these productions have been very beautifully shot.
Very elaborate.
Again, this doesn't, I would never guess that this was like, this came out in April 2021, so they were still rookies.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Very impressive.
If this showed up on our algorithm and I clicked on it and watched that, I wouldn't think that they were rookies.
No.
Yeah.
Super impressive. And like you said, a testament to how much the agency believes in them too. They're like, they're worth it.
Mm-hmm.
They're great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. This one I actually noticed after you guys pointed it out. This one has an English version as well. It's called Do It Like This. Of course, we're going to watch the Korean one. But I always think it's interesting to take special notice of what songs get translated into Japanese or English or Chinese, because those are obviously the songs that they're like, this is our favorite. It's everyone's favorite. It's your favorite, right? So I always feel like, okay, this is something that the company or the band, or hopefully both, really believed in
Yeah.
enough to record it multiple times.
And if I could recall, I think this was shot in California. So
I mean,
I think a piece had mentioned that in the forum or whatnot, or
awesome.
video
All
request
right.
form.
This is also 2021, I believe. Let's check it out. Do it like this. Ta-da.
I mean, makes sense to see a Miller Lite billboard.
Right. Yeah, that's LA.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like downtown.
We're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you know I love a good title card.
Who doesn't, right?
This is a fun intro.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I like the instrumental.
Yeah. That is DeLorean.
Right? This is so catchy.
I love that little like flute sound. Oh, that's really catchy.
Oh, this theater. Okay.
That's greener. Do it like me got on way. Oh, 중중한 어둠 경만 꽉 나와 내 second night. Coming in like a big wave. 눈앞에 문을 열어.
Ooh.
불을 즐겨. Are you ready? 잠든 자신을 불러 깨워. 보란 듯이 너의 힘을 보여. To the top, what you got, bring it on. 절대 꺼지지 않을 테니까. Light it up, let it burn.
They're having so much fun.
Right?
세상을 바꾸게.
I love how it looks like the city's on fire. Whoa.
Come on, wake up, 나를 따라 do it like this. 주저앉지 말고 그냥 do it like this. 너의 꿈을 외쳐 함께 do it like this. Like this. Gotta do it like this. Put 'em up like this. 멈춰 있지 말고 힘껏 do it like this. 두 손 놓고 있지 말고 do it like this. Like this. Gotta do it like this.
Ah.
What?
Whoa. Wow.
What's going on? Okay, I love their outfits. Wait, what? What?
Come on, wake up, 나를 따라 do it like this.
What?
do it like this. 원래 숨어 있지 말고 do it like this.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
No.
Gotta do it like this. Put 'em up like this. 포기하지 말고 다시 do it like this. 도망치려 하지 말고 do it like this. Like this. Gotta do it like this. Like this.
I love that part.
Gotta do it like this. Gotta do it like this. Gotta do it like this. Gotta do it like this.
What?
What planet are they on? Wait. Is that like how long they've been in the business?
Was that counting up or counting down?
I think it was counting up, right? No?
You're right. Yeah, I think it's how long they've been in the business. 1 year, 1 month, 1 day. Maybe when they release the video.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Wow, so cool.
Yeah. Wow.
All
Oh my
right.
gosh. Like there's so much to think about here. I'm like a little, oh.
Yeah. Okay, this the intro to this song, like you said, very catchy. Like, love it.
I mean,
100%.
like, what? I love how we were both like, yep, that's LA.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, that's downtown.
Didn't even get close. I was like, yep, yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yo.
That.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because it sounds to me like one of those like old-fashioned like windpipey things that goes through like some sort of a bag, but it also sounds like it's been funneled through a synth.
Yes. Absolutely.
So it's like in the style of a I don't know, snake charmer. Please make this. It sounded cool. I really thought I love the percussion to it. It just it sticks out to me immediately.
Yeah, yeah. Their instrumental is really, really great. It's so memorable, and it's actually this song, I feel like it's like singable too,
Right?
Like I just started saying, hey, oh,
Yeah, right. Oh, I really loved that because I loved that it was like obviously inserted. It sounded tinny and far away. Again, just like little details like that are what makes me so surprised at the age of this group, because that takes a lot of skill to recognize, oh, this would make a different impact, oh, this would be good, oh, like that's stuff seasoned people probably wouldn't think of. So I was like, oh, that sounds so good, and every time it came in I was like, it sounds so good.
Yeah. The song is just so catchy and so memorable, and
there's several memorable parts because there's this part and then there's the actual chorus, and everything feels very, again, fun. I feel like with these guys, you're gonna have a good time. Like the world is your oyster.
It's funny because I get the feeling like from these music videos, like they're in some sort of weird apocalypse or something like that, or like
how it said Dead City.
Yeah, Dead City or something. So far, there's like a pattern going on with these music videos. But like you said, even though they're setting up the scene like that or showing us those scenes, like they're like, oh, we're in a desolate place, but we know how to bring out all the people and partay,
right?
So,
and even these lyrics I thought were hopeful because they were like, who's gonna tear it all down if we don't?
Yeah.
How are we gonna make it better if we don't?
Yeah.
If we don't make it better. So it's like even the lyrics are still, again, these are also kind of profound.
It's very, very good. Yeah.
There's a lot of layers here, but I love the vibe. It's like for a long time there have been a certain amount of songwriters who do that thing where you write like a happy melody and put sad words to it. But this, I feel like, is like a happy melody with important words set in quite frankly semi-scary soon to be reality.
Yeah.
So it's like an interesting combination of a lot of different references and things, and I mean, I love it. I think they're working it very well.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like a metaphor, actually. Like, we're in kind of like this dark, like desolate place or strange planet or whatnot, but that's okay. We all have each other, and you got this.
And again, this is, to me, the song. Some of the lyrics were like, it's about changing your perception, right? Looking at it as an opportunity. Yeah, all this stuff is not working anymore, but if we tear it down, we can build something else.
Yeah.
That would work. The thing is, like you said, we gotta do it together. Who's with me?
Yeah. And it's kind of like even if you failed at something, and it's okay, like
again, it's all about how you see it, right? Is that the stepping stone to the thing that you're really gonna excel at? You never know. Like, you gotta try.
Yeah, I mean, you fall down right now, but you're gonna get right back up and be strong, be much stronger,
I feel like this is a group that like gives you those vibes, right? Like where you're just like, it's okay if I fall, I can get back up.
Yep.
Like these, like, I love how all their songs seem to be like, we can do this as long as we're all, it's very communal, which is a message I can really get behind.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have to say the stages to this is like really awesome. They were in a theater too that actually BTS filmed in.
I was gonna say you recognize this.
The mirror part, which is in Black Swan, BTS's Black Swan. The part where like Jin is looking at himself in all the mirrors. They showed very slightly in like very quickly in here, and I recognized it. I was like, oh, they're in the same theater. So
I also thought it was interesting. I don't know if you noticed, but it went from like there's all these grates, right? And this was another thing when the lyrics were like tear it down. You could see there were different parts where it was like the city wasn't burning in the beginning. There were a bunch of other statues. By the end, all the P1Harmony guys were the guys on the were on the plinths.
Oh.
So that to me also it felt like, like lifting yourself up, you know what I mean? Yeah, we're tearing this down, but that's because we're gonna put something else in its place.
Yeah.
You don't have to know what that is right away. Of course, I can't find it now, guys, but it was there. And look, and I noticed, all the watches saying reset and all that kind of stuff. I just thought it was very interesting. There were kind of some deep things going on for the eyes too. I felt like. Sorry, guys, I'm like really obsessed with finding it, and I'm not gonna be able to find it. It's okay. I know you don't mind. Tammy, take over.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, that part with all the crystals and stuff like that. I was like,
that was interesting, right?
Yeah, I was like, well, I wonder what that was all about. Oh, that's the headpiece right there.
The headpiece was amazing.
I love the crowns that they put on their heads too.
Yeah,
which was super, super cool. Yeah, see, that's the theater that I was referring to.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Guys, I'm not gonna find it. But yeah, the crystals and stuff, like they're growing out of the rocks, they're in the sky. I wasn't sure if this was just like, you know how crystals, they don't come from nothing, but it kind of seems like it, right? They just like appear and like stalactites and stuff. So again, this to me felt like a rebirth, more of a rebirth than a destroy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No. And I love their outfits for this stage
right?
too.
I love these ones
It's
at
cute.
the end, the like pastel-y purple ones. Very cool.
Yeah.
Ooh,
very cool.
Interesting.
Love that.
So fun. And then we had the most requests for this last one, which is called Doom Doo Doom. Which who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah, I felt like every music video we've been surprised. So yeah, they are surprises.
We should point out they've also collabed with a couple people, Pink Sweats, New Hope Club, and I think maybe Jesse or someone else like that. So they have been collabing left and right. So I also feel like they're interested in other genres and other styles. I always feel like when people collab, it's because they like music, like all kinds of music, and that's a positive sign.
Yeah, like it means like they never can stop learning. They never can not stop learning. I was like, what am I trying to say? Yeah, so which is like awesome.
Yes, yeah, that's something you want in a creative for sure. So they don't go stale.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so let's check this one out. This one's from 2022, actually almost a year ago. So summer 2022. Picture it. Here we are. Doom doo doom.
Pictured. With the palm trees in the back.
Whoa.
Wait.
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
Awesome. What? Oh, cute. That guitar.
Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Oh, I have heard this. I didn't know this was P1Harmony.
Oh, I love his voice.
Cute.
How fun!
Oh my god, amazing.
I don't need to take the high road, high road. No go, ready go, 일어나, now we dance. 'Cause I can't fight this feeling no more. 자, 내 멋대로.
Oh, I love this.
Wow.
끄는 대로. 자, 내 멋대로. 내 feel이 꽂히는 대로. This is my rhythm, this is my song, so I sing it.
Again, really catchy.
Mm-hmm.
This is my song, so I sing it. 내 맘대로 써내려, 내 맘대로 만들어, 새하얀 종이 위에 나만의 색깔로 채워가. Nothing can hold me back. I'll be just going my way. I'm flying higher once again.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, that's so hilarious. Whoa, that was amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Finale. How fun.
This is so fun. What?
I'm in. I'm in. I'm in, you guys.
Guys, you did it. That was it.
I'm in.
I thought that was funny how he was like, I look good. I look fine. I was like, okay.
Again, the positivity in the words. It's like the lyrics to this. Okay, I'm wondering if they all write their own lyrics. There's a through line that we're seeing right now, you know, and so I'm pretty sure they're writing their own music. You know,
Yeah, because you're right. Even though the backgrounds or the instrumentals might be different, you're right. There's a through line with the lyrics that that seems, you know, deliberate. I would hope. But yeah, again, they really know how to turn out something danceable, singable, and just fun. All of these songs to me are fun.
I know it's super fun. The chorus is so catchy. I just it's so singable. Like already swaying your body to the song. I was already swaying my body to the song.
Right? I love like all the bright colors. His outfit right here is like a prime example. I just thought it looked so good. The hilarity of it being like a low budget Olympics. Like what?
What? You know?
And hey, for a new piece here, I got to see who's who. It actually showed them faces and names.
I know.
Guys, that is super smart because I'm good with faces, but I'm bad with names. So
yeah,
I need that kind of positive reinforcement.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying. So I was like, oh, this is awesome.
So you're telling me I don't have to look up a lyric video?
Right?
Yeah, which is so awesome. Again, their stages were super fun. I love the boxing choreo.
Yes, and I really liked how I felt like this was the first chorus where when it went in a way different direction, instead of hyping up, it hyped down a little.
Yep.
But
it sounds like a
reminds
little.
me-
I was gonna say, sorry. It sounded like a little whisper initially.
Yeah, I was gonna say it reminds me of how when you sometimes get quieter, it's because things are more intense.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I could see that.
it was intense in a different way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I love the little there's like a
There's so much harmony going on. Just that part. I was like, what? I love it.
The way whatever is keeping the percussion, it almost sounds like a drumstick hitting a bell.
Mm-hmm.
But like there's like a weird like after clump that I just think is really interesting, and that totally works with the stage. That is super fun. And yes, you're right, all the dancing with these boxing gloves was so amazing.
It's so
this is
good.
when I first was like, what is happening? And by the end of this I was like, I love this.
I love the guitar in the beginning. Different guitars going on, but they highlighted that gentleman.
Yes.
Beginning. At first, I was like, "What is this? This guy is from Kiss?" You know, like. I mean, Kiss is an American rock band, you guys. So
I was thinking Insane Clown Posse, but still not a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just because of the paint.
Yeah,
I'm just saying there aren't that many painted bands, guys.
I know. Glam rock is not as popular, right. So, but
maybe he's an Electric Mime. Who knows? But yes, I loved how he was featured.
Yes.
Right? So again, like I felt like I could hear you almost being like, did you click on the wrong video? What video is this?
I know. I was
that
like,
dude?
Again, they surprised us for the 4th time.
And then I loved all of this where they strapped it to themselves and they were all together and like running around. This is actually a really fun way to do that 90s hip hop callback to those music videos, but this feels modern. This definitely feels like the DIY do-it-yourself TikTok version. And I love it because it feels very relatable and real. I could see me and my friends doing something stupid like this and then posting it. So I thought that this was super fun. And then look at this.
I love how he's featured. So
this
cool.
Is like the Coliseum. You know what I mean? Like this is here they all have the flags, and at the end all the flags are burning. A giant torch is a satellite dish.
I just love like all the signs that would come out. The finale.
Final chorus.
I just like they have a sense of humor, and I love it.
And I liked this too. It was like in the beginning you were like, oh well, they've won all these medals and that's great, and then here they're like, you can do it however you want. You don't have to win a bunch of medals. You can still be great. So again, like you said, just a great
I love that.
Final chorus. So again, another empowering message. I'm gonna do it my way, and as soon as they say I'm gonna do it my way, they say, and I'll be flying high again. Implying when they stop doing it their way, they stop flying high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Again, believing in yourself and believing that you can forge some of your own future and make it a better one. But you have to be involved. Unfortunately, they don't hand it to you. You got to go find it. And I kind of like that too. Like, these guys are obviously, they're not guys who are going to sit back. They're going to put in the work. But it's going to be fun. You're going to want to do that work.
Right? Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh man. Really,
really fun. I was not expecting those like outfits at the end. All of this was great. This whole stage is amazing.
So much
But
fun.
All these like the presentational outfits, like just so good.
It's so awesome. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Really, really fun and fabulous. There's just as you click through. Oh, and then what was like that interesting water effect? Right there with like the flags.
That looks so cool.
But it was like really cool, and I was like, "What's happening? What's going on?" Again,
like what?
I was wondering if that was just being able to see the world in a different way. You know, like for us a reminder. If we see it in a different way, we can make it a different way. Just really cool. What great messages, and yet like fun. I know I keep saying that, guys, but like there's not enough fun music right now for me. I want more fun music. So I really like this. This was great.
And they're so good to the point where like I want to see them live.
Yes.
Know? Yeah.
And we know they'll be back.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't understand why this band is underrated, quite honestly. But I have to say, like, we were surprised in a good way. Each music video, they give like different genres to you. I mean, dude, like this is totally different from this song right here, you know?
Yeah, and yet I would already say, going to my season comment earlier, you would know now, oh, this sounds like P1Harmony.
Yeah.
Even though they're not in the same genre, I feel like they have a kind of a unique stamp.
Yeah. Yeah. So, which is like, to your point, only I feel like seasoned artists are capable of doing that. And that's
they have a signature already, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, they're still learning how to paint. What the hell?
Yeah. 3 years in already, you know, so that's pretty cool,
right?
Yeah.
And it seems like they did a lot of work. I've always been so impressed with how hard all of our artists worked during the pandemic. Like they didn't slow down. It was regular scheduled comebacks all the way. So it sounds like, you know, these guys have been working hard, and it's kind of fun. Now they get to transition into, you know, live audiences and stuff. Hey, maybe they did that mini culture tour because they just wanted to get out and give it a try. You know what I mean? They never, like you said, they never performed in front of anyone. They couldn't even do music shows. So maybe it was just a litmus test for themselves before they sold tickets to make sure that they were at the level they wanted to be at.
Yeah, and I remember this when they came. They
came to LA too.
Yeah, and I remember it was like smack dab in COVID, you know. So when they came, so I was like, oh wow.
I was impressed that like they even got visas or like came up, not because of our government, but South Korea was in a pretty strict lockdown at one point. So yeah, very cool. You know, it's impressive. I wonder if debuting in part of that time had something to do with it, or have they always been writing lyrics like this? Either way, it definitely couldn't have come at a better time. I can see how it would be very easy to fall down the rabbit hole with a band like this.
And also, like I've noticed too, even though like I know it's strange sometimes, you know, that like, oh yeah, I heard a lot about this band, you know, but I've never listened to their music or whatnot. Sometimes that's the case with me, you know, because there's so many things going on,
bands.
You know. But I feel like each time when they come to the US to tour, or it's just, I feel like the fan base is growing, you know, especially internationally, because now I see tweets from our fellow moots, you know, who love P1Harmony. They are pieces. And of course, the number one complaint is, oh my gosh, the tickets are so high. But that's a sign, right? That
right? Their light sticks are all sold out. I know it sucks, but it's also a good thing.
Yeah. You know,
because that means they're doing well.
They're doing well. So I'm really, really happy for them. So
yes, and they have a comeback, right?
Yes, and they have a comeback coming soon that we will also be covering, you guys. So before you guys write your comments down below and say, oh, come back, like, you know, as of this recording, you know, in a week. And I was like,
Before we made this recording, we're like, maybe, you know, we'll see how we feel, and then we can circle back. And now we're like, we'll circle back.
Yeah, we are definitely
we'll
circling.
See you there.
Yeah. See you there, pieces. See you there.
But yeah, really fun. Thank you so much to all the people who recommended this and gave us that final push.
Yeah,
because it literally was just a time issue.
It's always it's
always
timing with us.
Issue.
It's always timing. If you guys saw the list, you'd understand.
Right. But once we hear, then you know it's easy to pick them up and put them in the rotation. So I'm excited because it's always fun to discover a band at a comeback. So yay!
Yeah.
Now we get to experience all the excitement.
Yes, yes. Oh, our first comeback with them already.
Already.
Well, what is this? A repeat of Card? You know?
I know.
And the reason why we mentioned that is because we did a rendezvous with Card too, and then immediately they were on tour. I'm like, Beth, I think we should go, you know?
And we went.
We enjoyed them, and we were just like, what, a week or a couple weeks into after like doing a rendezvous too.
Yeah.
So now we have our.
I feel like P1Harmony is a band like that. If you called me or texted me tomorrow and was like, "Hey, they're in town in a week," I'd be like, "Okay, let's do it." I mean, maybe we can get ticket pieces. You know the struggle.
The struggle is real.
But how exciting! Yay! I'm very jazzed to see what comes next because I already feel like they're so far ahead of where I would have expected them to be. So very cool.
Yeah, very, very awesome. I felt like we learned a lot today just only from these 4 music videos. You know,
look at us gushing already.
I know, right? All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us on this rendezvous. And if you guys like this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we are LaChiMoLaLa. And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.